Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have two cards for you today featuring my Simon Says Stamp April card kit, and this is the Hello Darling card kit. I'm starting with some cut aparts from the Simple Stories Spring Farmhouse papers that came in the kit. So I'm going to make two cards today, and I am cutting those sheets apart, and I'm using this thank you and this happy blooming birthday panel. So I'm also using some of this Ranger in Tim Holtz Distress Coordinations cardstock on my panels as well. I'm using this sheet from the kit as well. And I'm just going to take my little mini paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut that designer paper in half so that I can use one piece for one card and the other for my other card. So basically for two cards. I'm not really good at doing these voiceovers, so y'all, please forgive me. Anyway, I die cut this little scalloped lattice piece from a metal die that I ordered on Amazon. Since I don't have any rectangular scallop dies, I thought this would be perfect just to layer that designer paper over the top so that I can have that scallop border. And I'm using my art glitter glue to do this. I'm loving this glue, and I'm loving this really small fine tip that I purchased extra to go on that glue. And I do plan on buying more of this glue because I'm loving it. So I just adhered those two together, and that is the main focal piece for my first card. So here I'm just kind of basically trying to figure out what I really want to do with this designer paper. I know I want to use it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to add some ribbon. So that's what I did. I got some sheer green ribbon, and I'm just adding a little bit of my adhesive tape runner down at the bottom of that designer paper. And I'm going to tie a little bow. I'm not the best at tying bows, but it's a little struggle, and I did waste a lot of this ribbon. I should not have cut that big of a piece, but I did, and it worked out okay. Okay, so I'm just adhering that to the bottom of that panel. I'm going to cut off the excess. And I'm basically going to tie a bow at the bottom of that ribbon. And then I will use some foam adhesive squares to just pop that little lattice piece up on top of the designer paper. And then I will be ready to adhere that to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding card. So what I did was I actually adhered the panel together before I tied the bow at the bottom of the card. So I had to kind of snake another little piece of ribbon down there and tie that bow. So that's what I did, and then I adhered that piece to that craft cardstock that I have cut there. So you'll see me doing this. I did this totally backwards, but it still worked out. And I've been using this glue for pretty much everything. So I'm actually adhering that to my card, and then I'm gonna snake another little piece of ribbon down there at the bottom to create a small bow. There it is right there. And then last but not least for this card, I'm taking some of the Tonic Bohemian Teal Nouveau Vintage drops that came in the kit, and I'm just going to add a couple of drops for just a little bit of embellishment. And this is such a pretty color. And this was just super simple card. Those cut aparts make make it super easy to design a card, because basically you have your focal point and basically you're just trying to figure out what your background is going to be like. So that was my first card. I'm just going to fold that over and then use my little scoring tool to crease it. And the first card is pretty much completed. Well, it is completed. So there it is. And next I'm starting with the second card. I have the thank you and then also the other piece of that designer paper, and I am just going to turn this and adhere it to the bottom half of that green cardstock to create my panel. So next I'm just going to mat that little thank you panel onto this mauve color cardstock, and then I'm just going to cut that down, and that'll be the main focus of this card. So for these two cards, I did not use any of the stamps that came in the kit. My next two cards, I will be using the stamp set. And these are just really quick and super simple cards to recreate. Like I said, these cut aparts make it super easy. It took a lot of the guesswork out. Like, I knew I was going to have those as my focal points, and so I just worked around those with the background. All the papers coordinate so well, you really don't have to think too hard. So I'm also going to add a piece of that sheer ribbon to this panel as well. I'm going to go through the center with the ribbon, but this time instead of tying a bow, I'm just going to tie a little knot on the side. And then I will use some foam adhesive squares to pop my focal image up in the middle of the card. And I'm just going to finish this card off with the Tonic Bohemian Teal Nouveau Vintage drops as well. I'm loving these little drops. I'm going to have to order this color in the regular size of the Nouveau drops. I really love this. So here I'm just kind of snaking another little piece of ribbon under there. I'm going to tie a little knot and clip off the ends, push it over to the side, and then I'll be ready to adhere that focal image to the center there. So I put it on adhesive squares, and now I'm just adding it to my card panel. So simple and easy. I think I overthink more because I know that I'm trying to film and get good footage for you guys, but I think I overthink that part more than anything. So yeah, two top folding 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch cards. These are so pretty. Now I have another thank you card to add to my collection and another birthday card to add for my birthdays. So I did use my corner chomper, and I used the fourth of an inch side on that chomper, and I just rounded one opposite top and bottom edges of the card. So I'm just adhering, using my art glitter glue, and I'm going to adhere that to the card panel, the card base, I'm sorry. And that is it for today's video. I really want to thank you guys for watching, and you'll see me adding those Nuvo drops as well. But I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click the link below to subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell at the side there so you won't miss any uploads from me. And again, thanks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.